Are you serious? Are you serious? Ferguson, Missouri, up in flames. Yes, the whole situation now completely out of control last night after the grand jury's announcement was finally released at a crazy 9 p.m. Eastern. After thousands of people gathered for hours waiting and anticipating the results of a 3-month investigation, the grand jury came back and said no indictment of police officer Darren Wilson. It didn't take long. The violence began. Cars torched. 12 different businesses burnt to the ground. Looting. Shootings. 150 shots heard throughout the city. The streets were quiet, but the fires continued to burn even as of this morning, following a night of extreme violence triggered by a grand jury's decision not to indict white police officer Darren Wilson for the August shooting death of an unarmed black teenager, Michael Brown. Demonstrators taunted police, shattered windows, set fire to 2 St. Louis County police cars at the protest furious peak. Scattered intermittent gunfire heard throughout the night. St. Louis County Police Chief John Belmer said at 1:30 a.m. Central Time, the news conference, that at least a dozen buildings were set ablaze and that he had heard at least 150 gunshots, but none of them were fired at the police. A police officer was shot, but not seriously hurt. One police officer was shot. The police did not fire any shots. I'm sorry. No police officers fired a shot. One police officer was shot, but not seriously hurt. There were 29 arrests. It was just insane. There was over 10,000 policemen on the streets. The National Guard were there. Scores of police officers armed with riot gear dispersed the crowd as they volleyed back and forth tear gas, pepper spray, bean bags. Looters plundered the Walgreens, which you're looking at right there. They went in there, they just robbed Walgreens, probably took all the drugs, and then torched it to the ground. Also looting the Family Dollar store, the AutoZone outlet, Little Caesars Pizza restaurant, a local beauty shop. All of these were robbed, ransacked, looting, and then set ablaze. Chaos grounded flights in and out of St. Louis, Missouri last night. The environment was absolutely hostile and out of control. And what I'd like to ask the question is, why in the world did they let this thing build all day for this huge crescendo to happen at night? Why not make the announcement at 7:30 in the morning, let's say, yesterday morning, when everybody's still sleeping? Why did they let everybody build? Why did they let it build to prime time and then drop the hammer? And then you know what the explosive reaction was going to be. I mean, to me, this was the worst display of how to bring forth a negative report to a community you could ever do. It's, as my wife said, it's as if they left Michael Brown's body lay in the street again. It's as if we watched it again. And the reaction, of course, is uncalled for. This type of behavior is totally uncalled for, but understandable when a community feels that there's absolutely no justice. I only got one thing to say. I obviously didn't hear all the testimony, didn't see all the evidence, but I did hear the prosecutor say one thing that just still, I can't get it out of my system. let's suppose that Michael Brown did attack the police officer in his car, that there was a struggle, that he did punch him a couple of times, and that Darren Wilson did get one round off that grazed the thumb of Michael Brown. Brown starts running, and at some point turns around. My question is this: why was the next 11 shots, and this is right, why did Darren Wilson fire 12 shots at an unarmed man? You say, well, it's because of the struggle. I know, but let's hear me out. The first shot was right at the window of the squad car. The next 11 shots, Michael Brown is 153 feet from the squad car. He's 153 feet from the squad car. He has no gun. Why fire 11 more shots? That is the only question. Was Michael Brown committing a crime? Yes, he strong-armed and stole cigars out of a store. Yes, he did. Did he get in a physical altercation with a police officer? Yes, he did. Was that, could he have injured the police officer or even done something worse? Of course he could have. But it's the 153 feet and the 11 shots after he's 153 feet away with no weapon. Why do you continue to shoot and kill him? That is actually the question that nobody can answer for me. And if you ask me, that is the question. Anyway, what you see in front of you, the looting, is uncalled for. Why people think they believe they need to go out and destroy property and damage their own community, I can understand the outrage, but I don't understand the reaction. I understand the frustration. You heard my voice. But this is not how it should go. Has America learned anything since Rodney King? Has there been any changes at all? Governmentally, socially, culturally, spiritually? Yes, there has. It's gotten worse. There's corruption in high places, and there's wickedness everywhere. Pray for Ferguson, Missouri. Pray for the people who live there. Pray for the Brown family. Pray for the Wilson family. Pray one for another. Are you serious? We're living in the last days. Jesus is coming soon.